Hello, my dear students. Today we shall be discussing Macbeth, Act 5, Scene 2. So, first, let's go through the overview of the scene. So, this scene takes place in a country near Dunsinane, and the Scottish lords Lennox, Menteith, Angus, and Caithness they join Malcolm and the English army to take revenge against Macbeth. So Malcolm and the English army, which consists of Lord Seward and Macduff, have reached near Birnam Wood, and the desire for revenge burns in them. They call Macbeth a tyrant, and they also mention that he is tormented by the actions of murders that he has committed. They also mention that those who follow Macbeth do so not out of love, but because of fear. And the Scottish lords say that they are going to give their obedience where it is truly owed. They believe that Malcolm is the medicine to their sick country. And they will pour out their blood so that they can help their country. And the scene ends. So this was a gist of what happens in the scene. Now let's go towards the line by line explanation. So Menteith says, the English power is near, led on by Malcolm, his uncle Seward, and the good Macduff. So he's saying that the English army is coming near, which is led by Malcolm, his uncle Seward, and Macduff. Revenge burns in them for their dear causes. So, the desire for revenge is burning in them because of their personal reasons. What are their personal reasons? Malcolm's father was killed, who is King Duncan, and Macduff is also burning with rage and revenge because his wife and children were killed by Macbeth. So revenge burns in them for their dear causes. Would to the bleeding and the grim alarm excite the mortified man. So their reason for seeking revenge is so strong that it would even cause a half-dead man to rise up and rush to the battle to fight. So here Menteith is saying that their personal grievances has fueled their intense desire for vengeance. Angus says, near Birnam Wood shall we well meet them. That way are they coming. So we shall meet them near Birnam Wood because they are coming that way. Caithness says, who knows if Donalbain be with his brother? So he's asking, does anyone know if Donalbain will be with his brother? Because we all know that Malcolm is leading the army. So is Donalbain there with him? So Lennox says, for certain, sir, he is not. So definitely he is not among them. I have a file of all the gentry, means I have the list of all the important men. There is Seward's son and many unrough youths that even now protest their first of manhood. So he's saying that there is no sign of Donalbain here. I have a list of all important men. So there is Seward's son, as well as many boys that are too young to even have beards. So that is the meaning of unrough youths. So boys who are too young to have beards, who will show their manhood for the first time by joining the battle or the war. Then Menteith says, what does the tyrant? So we all know who he's mentioning as tyrant, who is Macbeth. So he's asking, what is the tyrant Macbeth doing? So Caithness says, great Dunsinane he strongly fortifies. So he says that he is protecting his castle at Dunsinane from attack with heavy defenses. So Katniss is saying that Macbeth is using heavy defenses to protect his castle against any kind of attack. Some say he is mad. Others that lesser hate him do call it valiant fury. So here he's saying some call him insane or mad, but others who hate him less, they call it valiant fury, means a noble anger or a brave anger. But for certain, he cannot buckle his distempered cause within the belt of rule. So here Katniss is saying that, but one thing is for sure, that Macbeth's diseased cause, which is driven by his sinful actions, is beyond his ability to control now. So his anger or himself is beyond his control now. So here if you see within the belt of rule, so a metaphor is used here where Macbeth is compared to a person so swollen and diseased that they cannot fit into their own belt, which symbolizes his inability to manage his own mind and kingdom. Therefore, they're saying that he cannot control his own rule or his kingdom. Angus says, now does he feel his secret murders sticking on his hands. So now Macbeth is feeling the blood of his murdered enemies sticking to his hands. Now minutely revolts upbraid his faith breach. Means now by the minute, rebel armies, they are revolting and punishing him for the treachery that he has done. Those he commands move only in command, nothing in love. So those that he command or those that are working from him or who follow his orders follow him not out of love but out of fear. Now does he feel his title hang loose about him like a giant's robe upon a dwarfish thief. So he's saying that now Macbeth seems too small to be a great king, and it looks like a dwarf is trying to wear the robes of a giant. So they're trying to say that Macbeth is not fit to rule such a large kingdom. Menthite says, who then shall blame his pestered senses to recoil and start, when all that is within him does condemn itself for being there? So here Menthite is saying that no one can blame Macbeth for his increasingly erratic behavior of being twitchy and jumpy, but himself, because his own actions and guilt are condemning him from within. So his inner turmoil is what is making him have an erratic behavior. So his pestered senses, so his erratic behavior is directly a result of his inner turmoil, which makes him jumpy and suspicious of everything that is around him. So no one shall be blamed but himself for his behavior. Katniss says, well, march we on to give obedience where it is truly owed. So let's keep marching and give our loyalty to the person who truly owns it or truly deserves it. Meet we the medicine of the sickly wheel. So let's go and meet the person who is the medicine to cure our country. So who is it? It is Malcolm, because he truly deserves the kingdom. And with him pour we in our country's purge each drop of us. So we will pour out all our blood to help him out and so that we can heal our nation. Lennox says, or so much as it needs. So how much of our blood we need to shed, we will give it for our country. To dew the sovereign flower and drown the weeds. So in order to water the royal flower, we will do all that we can to drown the weeds. So here weeds means Macbeth, and the sovereign flower here refers to Malcolm. Make way our march towards Burnham. So let's march our way towards Burnham. And they exit marching. And the scene ends. So this scene shows the declining loyalty to Macbeth and the growing momentum of the opposition, highlighting the downfall of Macbeth's rule. Thank you so much for watching this video. I am praying for each one of you. God bless.